with another video. I say I'm back with another video. Make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe. Yes, I said subscribe. Turn on your post notifications. It's free. Do it for me.
Courtney Weir from Facebook, Linda asks, so even if he used the phone, doesn't it mean it's his phone? And Fredo Bangs just made a song called Free Melly and specifically says he watched his dog go to trial over his cell phone. Do you think down the line, if he is guilty, they could use that information for an appeal?
Well, it's hard to use information that doesn't come into the courtroom, but there was that information that did come into the courtroom. And I do, when we talk about the appeal and all, the defense, first of all, has experts. If they think those phone calls, by the way, were made elsewhere off different towers and all, they could bring those experts in. And so that's one of the things. So yes, what could have been used on appeal? Absolutely. But this whole idea that this phone is going to be the piece of evidence in this case that shows that Melly pulled the trigger, even if the phone is there, it doesn't mean he pulled the trigger because you have a co-defendant in the car. So that's the problem the prosecution has. Which of these two could have pulled the trigger if the jury even believes Melly was at the location? And I'm not sure they have sustained that burden of proof.
Our next question, Brian, comes from Instagram. It's exo_Nikki_ from Instagram, as I said. If Fredo Bangs, allegedly picked up Melly after the incident, does the prosecution not have enough evidence to charge him with accessory after the fact, execute a search warrant on his home in order to get him to comply with a subpoena, especially since Glass testified that Melly changed clothes?
All right, so I'm gonna try to pull it little by little. So
there's a lot there.
Yeah, so there's subpoena information, there's executing a search warrant, and accessory after the fact. So I'll do it in order. A subpoena would have to be some sort of, you're thinking there's going to be fruits of a crime. So aiding and abetting after the fact, maybe you're able to look into his car to see if there's any blood or evidence there. I think you might be able to get a subpoena because that threshold is so low, but you've got to do more than just having a fishing expedition as to what the judge may call it. So what do you believe you'll find simply by the fact that he drove him there? Is there any information that maybe the satchel or the merce, the man purse is in there? That may be enough, but you got to have some sort of corroborating evidence to suggest that, not just a good idea. And then when you're talking about what is it, to charge him with accessory after the fact, he would have to know that the crime occurred. So it's about information. What did he know at the time that he drove him from location A to location B? And did that in some way assist or influence the crime or add to it in a means of like evading arrest or something to that degree? I don't think we have the facts there just yet. I would analogize it almost to like anyone picking you up. Like if I go and stole a Kit Kat bar from the store downstairs and I got into a car with Linda and we drove upstate and hung out for the weekend, is she an accessory to that? Well, she would have to know that I stole what I did beforehand, and I don't see those facts there just yet. I think they would have to be developed if you're going to get to that point, but I think Exo Nikki's quite the investigator and detective. I think you just need a little bit more to get to what they're thinking about.
Well, and I think we should note too, there's been some discussion outside of the presence of the jury that the state has tried to subpoena some of these witnesses and some of them haven't complied. And I believe Fredo Bangs is one of those witnesses. People don't want to be involved in this. They don't want to be labeled a snitch. From TikTok, Terry, this comes from Jolene Gonzalez. She asks, if that was Melly's phone in the car, how was he able to drop his location to Fredo Bangs?
Well, I'm presuming if he dropped his location, it was prior to when he left the phone in the car, and he was in the car and dropping the location and then left the phone. I can't really answer that. It's a really difficult, question to figure out how it happened, but we do know that from the testimony before from the cell phone expert earlier, way long ago, that it was dropped and Fredo did get his location and apparently did pick him up. But, it's hard to say. If he had his phone, he did it, and he probably did it in the car. There hasn't been any evidence as to where he was when that exactly happened.
Mm-hmm. Our next question comes from Styles1211 from Instagram. Linda, question: what are your thoughts on the change of clothes, and why doesn't the person Melly was picked up by not have to testify? That's Fredo Bangs.
All right, let's start with the first one. Yesterday, when the change of clothes came up from Glass, because he was a recalcitrant witness for both parties, he didn't want to answer any questions. I thought that was a very important piece of evidence that the prosecution had. I thought, because trials come down, and I've said this a number of times, and guilty verdicts to one or two things, and the fact that he may have changed clothes, that supports an inference that there was a reason for him changing clothes, and the reason would be blood spatter all over his clothes in some way, or gunshot residue or something. So I thought that was an important piece of evidence. But again, you don't know why somebody could have changed clothes. So he goes to the house, as I said also, a lot of the rappers, a lot of people, not just regular rappers, wear, basketball shorts under their gym clothes and all. And you just take off those clothes, you get home, you take off those clothes, and you're in your gym shorts. So, that's the other evidence that would support innocence. So I'm not sure that Fredo could be charged because of that. I'm not sure you could subpoena him because of that. But you know what? The prosecution played hardball here, Anjanette. They actually charged Glass, if you recall, trying to avoid a subpoena. They charged him with obstruction in a way. So they could have done the same thing with Fredo if they thought he had important information. That Fredo could be charged because of that. I'm not sure you could subpoena him because of that. But you know what? The prosecution played hardball here, Anjanette. They actually charged Glass, if you recall, trying to avoid a subpoena. They charged him with obstruction in a way. So they could have done the same thing with Fredo if they thought he had important information.
Hey, do me a favor. Look down right there to the bottom left and hit that like button for me. Hit that like button right there. I appreciate it. Now continue watching. Now let's break this down. Now y'all know I already claimed the title for the Breakdown King. So let me do my job and break this down. Now y'all seen in the clips, every time they said Fredo Bang picked up Melly, I put a cap emoji. Now I've been saying this from day one. And a lot of people feel like, okay, look, well, he did pick up Melly. And I'm like, why? Why do you feel that way? And even the prosecutor, they say they got proof that Melly called Fredo Bang. That's a fact. That can be proven. They got proof that Melly dropped Fredo Bang his location not one time, but 2 times. That's a fact. That can be proven. But they have no proof that Fredo Bang actually came and picked up Melly. I could have sent my location to Fredo Bang 100 times. That don't mean he's gonna pull up. He could have sent somebody to come get me. It's no proof that Fredo Bang actually pulled up. It's proof that Melly sent him the location, yes, but they don't have no proof that Fredo Bang actually pulled up. I'm gonna say it again, and this why you know they don't have no proof. They forced Glass to take the stand yesterday because they felt like he had information that can help the case. If they knew for a fact that Fredo Bang pulled up, you don't think they will force him to testify and take the stand? That's a big part of the case. The person that picked Melly up from the alleged crime scene, because the person that picked him up can explain what kind of state of mind he was in, can explain what was his thought process at the time, can explain did he have blood on his clothes, could explain what did he say in the car on the ride to Fredo Bang's house. And you heard that lady say out her own mouth, they didn't subpoena Fredo Bang because they didn't know, or they didn't think he had valuable information. Y'all don't think if Fredo Bang picked him up, y'all don't think that's valuable information? Do I need to break it down again? If I picked up Melly, I can tell y'all the state of mind he was in. I could tell y'all, was it blood or anything on his clothes? I could tell y'all the conversation that we had in the car on the way to the house. You don't think the prosecution and the courts want to know what Melly clothes look like? You don't think that they want to know what Melly was thinking and the mood he was in right after the alleged murder? You don't think they want to know why did Melly ask to be picked up at that location if he was already in the car with Portland? Fredo Bang would be an excellent witness. That's great information for the case. But the reason why he wasn't called, because they don't have hardcore proof that he actually pulled up. That's why they can't subpoena him and make him come like they did Glass, like they did Melly ex-girlfriend mother. They put her on the ankle monitor and made her come to court. You don't think the person that picked Melly up from the crime scene got valuable information? You don't think they want that person in court? That will be the first person that they subpoena and make them come to court. But they can't subpoena Fredo Bang and make him, because his lawyer gonna say, where is your hardcore proof that he actually pulled up? Yes, he did send my client his location. Yes, not one time, but 2 times. But do y'all have hardcore proof that my client actually pulled up? My client could have sent him an Uber. My client could have sent somebody else to go get him. Y'all do not know that my client, Fredo Bang, actually pulled up, but y'all do know that Melly dropped him the location 2 times and he was picked up. But y'all don't have proof that Fredo Bang came and picked him up. That's why they didn't subpoena Fredo Bang and make him come to court and testify as a witness. Hit that like button, man. I seen people in the comments on this case saying this is a common sense case. Well, if it is, all the information I just gave y'all, use your common sense. Let's be real. Let's be real. Don't assume sent you my location, that don't mean you came. Let's not assume, people. They say this is a common sense case, right? Use your common sense. Fredo Bang could have picked them up, but they don't have the actual proof where they could say, yes, Fredo Bang came and picked him up. Only thing they could say is Melly dropped his location to Fredo Bang 2 times. Go subscribe to my second page, Music 101 Podcast. I talk about different topics. Hey, y'all don't want to miss it. I upload daily over there. It get lit over there. Go subscribe. Hey, do me a favor. Look down right there to the bottom left and hit that like button for me. Hit that like button right there. I appreciate it. Now continue watching. Alert! Promo alert! Listen, if you guys want promo, DM me on Instagram at Music 101 CEO. Music 101 CEO. I'm doing $20 promo. For $20, you will get 1 video promoted on my YouTube channel. For $40, I will promote 3 videos for you on my YouTube channel. $60, I'll promote 6 videos for you on my YouTube channel. And $120, I will promote 12 videos for you on my YouTube channel. You need YouTube promo? You trying to get your business up? You trying to run your numbers up? Hit me up at Music 101 CEO. Hey, you don't want to miss it. The results is great.